I'm sitting here with Prudence Farrow Bruns, and it's a real honor and privilege to be able to sit and get a chance to talk to her a little bit about her life. And one of the things that I'm very, very fascinated to find out about is her time spent with the Beatles and around the song Dear Prudence.
For whatever reasons, there was sort of a tsunami of things that happened in the 60s from the Vietnam War. Then we had our president who was assassinated, and then there was the Bay of Pigs, and we had the H-bomb. So all these things sort of gelled in the 60s. People like the Beatles and like me and others, we went through all that trying to find a solution. So the East offered, we read about Buddha, we read about that people can meditate and become wiser and deeper. And you transcend into a place inside yourself, deep in the mind, that's just silent peace. Mm-hmm. That's what Dear Prudence represents. She was in meditation. That's the song is about.
The only thing that I was able to find about the meaning of the lyrics that was written was that you were really focused on the meditation, and John wrote it to try and bring you out of that. Is that correct? Or
It is. I've actually just finished my book. So I answer that there, and so you can see that. Okay. It's called Dear Prudence. Uh-huh. Basically, he was one of my course buddies, because we were there to meditate. Mm-hmm. I started in 1966. A year later, the Beatles started meditation. They were in Rishikesh for 4 months of silent meditation in your room alone. I just appreciated it so much, every little drop. And so they didn't quite understand why I couldn't enjoy coming out in the evening and they would jam, and other people who were musicians came and they brought their instruments. The first time I met John, he was the first one I met. Mm-hmm. I heard them come in and I was meditating in my room. They were 2 weeks late to the course. Okay. But we were put in the same little bunker house. Okay. And so they came late and there was all this hustle, and I could hear it going on as I was meditating. Uh-huh. And then everything settled. And I thought, okay, now they're in their room and they'll meditate, and I'll sneak out and I'll go have dinner. Mm-hmm. So I was sneaking out of my room, and John was coming out of his room. It was my task to give them all the information for the last 2 weeks, and then we would go to lectures and talk about it. So I got to meet them in that context. I particularly related to George, and I felt that John, who I liked a lot, he was there because of George, and he said that over and over again. I see. From what I understand, John really wrote the song, and I think that part of his seeing the best side of me, he was really seeing the interior, mm-hmm. And he was seeing what he loved in George. Well, this has been an awesome, incredible opportunity. I appreciate your time. You're welcome.
This has been an honor. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much for listening so we could have this conversation.